So hi guys, my name is Siddhant and welcome back to a new video. So as you must have already seen in the thumbnail that this video is going to be a case study on NYKAA. NYKAA is India's largest e-commerce consumer technology platform in the field of personal care, beauty, cosmetics and fashion. Right, so NYKAA recently has been into news for multiple reasons, right from its great acquisitions to launching multiple brands, one of which is Cosmetics along with Katrina Kaif, for diversifying its portfolio, and also one of the major reasons is that it is going public. It is launching its IPO on the 28th of October. So this video is basically going to be divided into 4 to 5 parts. First we'll see the story of the founder Falguni Nayar, the great Falguni Nayar. The second, we are going to see the story of the brand NYKAA, the story of the startup itself, right? Third, what we are going to do is that we are going to see what are the current financials of the company, what is the current state, what has been the growth during the pandemic, and how it has actually coped with the pandemic, and in fact it has grown during the pandemic. So how it has done that, we'll see in that. Fourth, what we'll do is that we will learn some important entrepreneurial lessons from this case study, right? Because just knowing the facts and the story of the founder or the startup is not important. It is very important to derive some important entrepreneurial lessons that we can learn and we can take back home. And therefore fourth is something that is very important, don't skip it. And the fifth part, that is the most interesting part, that is the IPO. I'll be sharing some of the details regarding the IPO, and also we'll discuss about IPO a little bit. I'll also share my opinion as well in the end of the video. I'll also tell you how you can buy the shares if you want to, right? So if you're interested, then do watch this video till the end. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest notifications of my videos on time. So guys, before starting, a disclaimer that this video is actually from the perspective of an entrepreneur, right? It is from the perspective of a startup investor. This channel is for entrepreneurs, and what we are going to do is that we are going to analyze NYKAA as a case study for entrepreneurs, and therefore I am going to give you some powerful lessons that you can learn from this video. So let's start with the story of the founder herself. The founder of NYKAA is Mrs. Falguni Nayar, the great Mrs. Falguni Nayar. And why I'm saying great, because she is, I think, probably one of the most influential businesswomen in India, and she's also a self-made billionaire, right? Now just to look at her past and just to tell you why she has got a lot of credibility is because she has been a successful investment banker for 19 years in the Kotak Mahindra group, right? And she has worked at various positions. In 2005, she was actually promoted to the position of managing director, where she stayed for 7 years, until in 2012 she exited the company to start with her own startup, that is NYKAA, right? So she has actually got a lot of credibility. She understands how money actually works and how business actually functions. And also just to tell you about her educational background, because a lot of people have inquisitiveness, curiosity about the educational backgrounds of the startup founders. She has actually done a graduation from one of the most prestigious colleges in Mumbai, that is Sydenham College of Commerce and Economics, and then she has done her MBA, her masters from one of the best in India, right? That is IIM Ahmedabad. She has done her MBA Finance. So she has also got a great educational background, and that also adds to her credibility. Now one great point about Falguni Nayar is that she started this company in 2012 at the age of 50, right? Many entrepreneurs actually take risks in their 20s or 30s, right? But she took the risk of quitting her settled job, a great position, at the age of 50 to begin her new venture. Now moving on from the founder's story to the story of the startup, the brand NYKAA. So as I've told you that NYKAA was founded in 2012, and earlier it was actually just an e-commerce platform, right? Like any other e-commerce platform, it was an aggregating online model where actually brands listed their own products, and then NYKAA, what it did is that it just promoted itself and promoted the products, right? But what it actually eventually grew into is what we see now, that is an omni-channel platform, right? Now they have online presence, offline presence as well, and we'll talk about that in the later part of the video. But for now, if we see at NYKAA, then actually it has diversified its portfolio into fashion, personal care, beauty, cosmetics, and a lot of other segments as well. In India, what we have seen is that the company who cater to the masses grow actually much larger in scale compared to the companies who cater to the classes, right? Because in India, we have a huge issue of people not having a great per capita income. Therefore, we have a lot of population of ours in the middle class category, lower middle class category, and poor category, right? And what NYKAA did is that it created a platform where it sells beauty, personal care, great cosmetic products, fashion products to the masses and to the classes, right? It caters both to the masses and to the classes. And I feel that is the major reason that NYKAA achieved the success it did, right? Because it is affordable, it is trendy, and that is what people, the youth of India, currently wants. So as I've told you that it has diversified its portfolio into beauty, personal care, cosmetics, it has also diversified its portfolio and expanded into men's sector. It has launched a category called NYKAA Man, where it actually provides men grooming accessories and men grooming products, right? And it is also trying to capture that other segment of the market, that is the men's market. Now, if we look at some of the numbers, then in terms of beauty and personal care sector, NYKAA has about 200,000 SKUs with over 2,476 brands listed on its platform. And in terms of apparel and fashion, it has over 1.8 million SKUs with over 1,350 brands listed on the platform, right? And it also manufactures some of its own products through third-party manufacturer, and then it brands it as per its own, right? Like NYKAA Cosmetics, NYKAA Naturals, NYKAA Cosmetics are some of the brands that it gets it manufactured from the third-party manufacturer, and then it labels it under its own brand. Now, NYKAA Cosmetics has been in news because it was something that was associated to Katrina Kaif, right? So we all have seen this ad, and therefore it became a big boom. So currently, NYKAA provides an omni-channel shopping experience to the customers, online website, mobile apps, offline stores. Currently, it has about 80 offline stores in about 40 odd cities in India, and therefore it is also expanding its offline presence as well. Okay, so now let's move on to the growth of NYKAA, how NYKAA grew, and what was its state during the pandemic, and now what is the current state and what the future looks like. So speaking of the pandemic, right, in 2019 even NYKAA was affected by pandemic, and therefore the sales dropped down about 70% of its pre-COVID sales, right? And that was a huge blow for the company. The entrepreneur, the founder herself, Falguni Nayar, was so quick in reacting and maximizing the resources that what she did is that she listed all the essential items and removed all the unnecessary non-essential items from the platform, which actually helped the company to clear a lot of inventory and also not to stack a more of unwanted inventory, which saved a lot of money for them. And also listing the essential items on the site, it gave them a boost in terms of sales. And therefore what we saw is that NYKAA was one of the first companies who actually recovered quite quickly from the pandemic. And in 2020, it actually came back. By the end of 2020, it actually came back to 90% of its pre-COVID sales. And 2021, it actually surpassed the pre-COVID sales. From 2019 to 2020, the growth rate of the company was about 78% year on year, and therefore what we see is a positive growth. Now again, if we look at some of the current facts, it says that it has over 5 million monthly users, 15 million registered users on the platform, 80 plus stores, and a great point is that it has become profitable. It is India's first profitable unicorn and also the first profitable unicorn to go public. As per DRHP that it filed along with SEBI before the IPO, it stated that for FY 2021, it had a revenue of about 2,440 crores, and which was about 38% higher than the revenue in 2020. Also, major factor was that it recorded about 61.94 crores in profit in the year 2021, whereas it had faced a loss of about 16 crores in the year 2020. It actually reported an EBITDA of about 161 crores and an EBITDA margin of about 6.61% in the financial year of 2021. So if you see, the finances of this company are very strong, the financials are very strong, and it is a profitable company, unlike many other startups who have huge valuations but also less profit and huge losses. As per the latest round of funding in June 2020, it raised $196 million in the Series F funding at a valuation of over $1.2 billion, where it turned into unicorn. So guys, now that we have discussed the story of the founder, the story of the brand, the financials and the current growth state, now let's learn the lessons It is very important. This is the most important part of this video from my perspective, and I think you should listen to this part very much carefully. So these are some of the major entrepreneurial lessons that I've derived from this case study of NYKAA. So the first lesson is slow and stable growth. NYKAA was actually founded back in 2012. So if you see, it is almost going to be 10 years. It has grown slowly, it has remained stable, and it has achieved a sustainable growth, right? The second important point is that it has built a sustainable business. That is what I'm saying is that it is the first profitable unicorn in India going public, right? It is not easy to make profit at such a massive scale when you have both online, offline presence, and you're expanding, you're growing at a growth rate of over 78% year on year, right? Still, they have maintained the profit margins and they have built a sustainable business. The third important lesson that you can learn is that it has always raised limited amount of capital as per its need, right? What we see in India and also all over the world is that founders raise a huge amounts of money at huge amounts of valuation, which dilutes them to very minute percentages of equity in their own company, right? Sometimes they drop down to single digit equities. And this is something that we can learn from the founder, Mrs. Falguni Nayar, that she has grown NYKAA into this multi-billion-dollar brand, and yet she holds the majority stake in the company. Falguni Nayar and her husband Sanjay Nayar, they hold about 54% of the stake in NYKAA, right? They hold a controlling stake in the company, and it is very important. It is very important to understand this point. Now, the fourth important lesson that we can learn is a great marketing strategy, a great product positioning strategy, a great brand positioning strategy. In a country like India, where there's a diverse customer demographics, and also people look for the companies on whom they can easily trust, with whom they can emotionally resonate, and therefore brand positioning, marketing, it plays a huge role in a country like India. And the fifth point, that is NYKAA started small, right? It started small as an e-commerce platform, but now eventually it has grown into an omni-channel company, right? And eventually it has grown into a company that has its presence not only in online but also in offline, and now it has also moved into manufacturing, right? It also manufactures its own products. So this is what a slow and stable growth looks like. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay guys, so till now we were looking from the perspective of entrepreneur, right? Now let's move on to the IPO, and now let's analyze NYKAA from the eyes of investor. Now, when an investor invests into a company and a stock trader, he picks up a stock of a firm, he looks at some of the key points and he looks at the competitive advantage of that company, right, over its competitors. And therefore, now what are the competitive advantages that NYKAA has, and why actually it is such a favorite pick for all the entrepreneurs, for all the investors all over the country. So the first competitive advantage it has got is that it is the market leader. It is the biggest online consumer technology platform for beauty, personal care and cosmetic products in India, right? It owns the largest market share in this country. Now, the second competitive advantage it has got is that major brands are actually willing to sell their products on sale on NYKAA, right? Now, because of such a successful track record of NYKAA and such a massive reach NYKAA has got, now brands are actually willing to sell their products on sale on NYKAA, and which actually attracts a lot more customers to NYKAA. Now, third important competitive advantage it has got is, as I've already told you, that it is a capital efficient business, right? With a strong growth and profitability. You know, this is something that attracts a lot of investors when a business is capital efficient and also it is profitable and it possesses strong growth. Now, fourth competitive advantage NYKAA has got is that company's advanced technology platform using AI, machine learning, the database, the massive database it has, it actually now uses an advanced technology platform which actually enables them to predict what the Indian consumers are actually wanting, what they are looking for, what they will want next year, what they'll want 5 years from now. And that is the advantage of technology. Technology has also enabled them to scale the business massively. And the last important competitive advantage, as I've also previously said, that it is a founder-led company, because the founders hold the majority stake in the company. It is a founder-led company with an experienced management team. Speaking of NYKAA's acquisitions, because NYKAA has been in news lately for one acquisition as well. However, since its inception, NYKAA has successfully acquired 3 companies. back in 2019, it actually acquired a private women's styling platform called 20dresses.com. And again, in 2021, NYKAA acquired a fashion jewelry brand called Pipabella. And now lately, what I was saying, it has acquired Kolkata-based skincare brand called Dot & Key on October 22nd, 2021. So it has successfully completed 3 major acquisitions. Now let's move on to the most interesting part of this video for any people who invest in stock market and who buy IPOs regularly, and that is the IPO, the details about the IPO. So as you can see on the screen, that the IPO is going to open on 28th of October 2021, going to close on 1st of November. The allotment date is 8th of November 2021. So the lot size of NYKAA's IPO is about 12 shares, because one share actually it would range anywhere between 1085 to 1125 rupees, and therefore you can buy 12 shares at a cost of about 13,500. You can buy minimum of 1 lot, that is 12 shares. You can buy maximum of 14 lots, that is 168 shares, right? So this is the brief information. As I've told you that the pre-issue shareholding of the owners is about 54.22%. After the IPO it would drop down to about 52.56% because some of the investors are also exiting. So NYKAA is actually looking forward to raise 5,351 crores through this IPO at a valuation of over $7 billion US, around 55,000 crores, and that would eventually place the founder, the great founder, Mrs. Falguni Nayar, as one of India's richest self-made women. In fact, one of richest Indians, with a net worth of about 3.8 billion US. Considering she holds 52% of the company, she would have the net worth as high as 3.8 billion US. Now, just to discuss where you can buy it, you can buy on Zerodha. Zerodha is a great trading platform, and actually I'm not promoting, but it is something that I personally use. You can see on the mobile screen that there's a section called IPO where you can go and you can check out the current IPOs that are available, and you can also bid for IPO on that same platform as well. So guys, coming to the end of the video. Now if you're still watching this video, that means you want my opinion, my advice. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a professional trader. I'm just an entrepreneur. I just look at companies, at startups from an entrepreneur's perspective, right? But here I would like to give my opinion, and again a disclaimer, don't take it seriously. Do your own due diligence, look at all the details, terms and conditions, and then invest if you want. But so my personal opinion is that I am definitely going to bid for NYKAA's IPO, and I really hope that I get one, because it is going to get oversubscribed multiple times, and therefore it becomes very difficult to get the allotment of the shares. But I'll still definitely bid for the IPO of NYKAA. So guys, that's it for today. I know this video is quite long, but this was the first case study on my channel, and that was about NYKAA, a great brand in India, right? And from now on, actually I've decided to put in 1 case study a week, and then rest 4 to 5 videos would be on entrepreneurial lessons, but 1 case study every week on Tuesdays. So Tuesday would be our case study day, and the rest all the days would be lessons on entrepreneurship. So if you're new to this channel, then do like the video, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest notifications of my videos on time. Do comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Also comment the other case studies you want or other entrepreneurial lessons you want. Do check out the other videos as well on my channel, and stay connected. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, thank you.